on Monday morning, I guess he was in, I don't know, it was in the UK or in the air. But President Pig put out a couple of tweets. He raised a familiar complaint, the unfair coverage at CNN that he gets. Oh, it's so unfair, right? You pig fucker, you. It's a pair of Monday morning tweets. But this time, he took the step of telling his supporters to boycott CNN's parent corporation, AT&T. So the President of the United States now, when he feels that, he's not being sucked the way he would like to be sucked, the way Hannity sucks him, the way everybody on the Fox sewer sucks him, and CNN doesn't do it, and the President of the United States, now because he's not being sucked properly by CNN, he's telling people to drop AT&T. There are a lot of reasons to drop AT&T, but that's not one of them. Trump tweeted, I believe that if people stopped, and he misspelled stopped. How the fuck do you misspell stopped? I believe that if people stopped using or subscribing to AT&T, they would be forced to make big changes at CNN, which is dying in the ratings anyway. It is so unfair with such bad fake news. This is a president of the fucking United States. We have sunk to that level. Doesn't that make you proud, huh? Doesn't it make you just want to stand up and puff your chest out and flex your muscles and say, I'm an American and he's my leader? If it does, somebody in your family should have your ass committed. The President Pig has repeatedly taken aim at CNN because they don't suck him the way the Fox sewer does, and everybody there. Ask Hannity. You notice Hannity's mouth is starting to look like Trump's crotch. It's unbelievable. Hannity's always had this little tiny mouth, kind of like Trump, but it's scary. Anyway, Trump is always going after CNN and a number of its on-air personalities because they cover him from a standpoint of news, not from a standpoint like Hannity does of sucking the president. That's not what CNN does. That's what Hannity does. The Justice Department tried to block the deal of AT&T getting Time Warner, which was the parent company. But it's capitalist horseshit. AT&T paid $85 billion. And Kathy has AT&T on her iPhone and can't even fucking get internet connections half the time. But AT&T, being a predatory capitalist pig fucking organization, spent $85 billion not improving access to their network, but to buy Time Warner and therefore wind up with CNN. Anyway, the Justice Department tried to block it on the grounds it violated antitrust laws, but a federal appeals court upheld the merger back in February, which now has produced a company called Warner Media. Pretty soon there's going to be Warner Media, the American Fascist Party, and Walmart. Now, House Democrats have been demanding access to documents pertaining to the Trump bastards' handling of that deal. Steve Mnuchin and the rest of these slimy fucking gangsters. But, as to be expected from this soon-to-be impeached fucker, the spokesman for Trump, they refused to give any documents at all. It's like, fuck you. We're not giving you anything about anything. They're saying that to Congress. Woo! AT&T and CNN declined to comment on the shit that Trump tweeted. What else? It's just, you know, like I've said before, most of the time when I'm trying to prepare this 1-hour podcast, I get lost in the weeds of the things that Trump is doing. Here's another example of the Republican Party. House Republicans are warning drug companies to not comply with a House investigation into drug prices. This is how governance is conducted now by the Republicans. Republicans on the House Oversight Committee sent letters to a dozen CEOs of major drug companies warning that the information they would provide as a result of the demand from Congress or from the committee could be leaked to the public by Democratic Chair Elijah Cummings in an effort to tank their stock prices. These filthy sons of bitches, these Republicans, Americans are being fucked daily by prescription drug prices. So these Republicans say to the drug company CEOs, don't comply with anything that they tell you to do. Because the colored guy that runs the commission, him over there, yeah, he will leak all this information and your stock price will go way, way down. Jesus Christ. Cummings had requested information from 12 drug companies like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, Novartis, as part of an investigation into how the drug industry sets prescription drug prices. Wouldn't you like to know that? Boy, I would. Anyway, the Republicans, you know who wrote them? Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows, those two Nazi fuckers. They're Christians, by the way. In their letters, Jordan and Meadows imply that Cummings may be attempting to collect the information in order to bring down the pharmaceutical industry stock prices. You know what I said? These are demons. These are, and there's nothing supernatural about them. They're not the kind of demons that these Christian mindfuckers like to tell the terminally stupid, oh, there are demons out there in the world. No, these demons, like Jim Jordan and Mark Meadows, these are real breathing human beings who conduct themselves the way the imaginary Christian demons conduct themselves, according to the preachers. They're constantly trying to undermine your thought processes and get you to go into hell with them. Don't you get sick of this? I'll see you next time we get together. In the meantime, take care and keep it lit. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.